Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today I'm sharing Dollar Tree DIYs for the 4th of July. I'm using two of these galvanized stars, and these are 4 for $1 at my Dollar Tree right now, and I think they are pretty much everywhere else. I'm also using some Couture silkscreen transfers. I love these distressed stars and stripes, so I'm going to go ahead and use these two. Now I'm just going to be adding one of the stripes to the star along with the star to the other star. I'm going to go ahead and use the candy apple red chalk paste. And I just think that this, it works for Christmas time, but I'm really trying to use this because mine do not seem to last as long. I don't know if I don't take care of my paste as well as I should, but I kind of think now that if I buy something, I really want to use it up before I buy anything else. But I love how this transfer looks. Now I'm using that star pattern, and for this Couture transfer, it did have two different types of stripes and two different types of star patterns. So one is not distressed and the other one is. I just really like the distressed look just a little bit more. I'm also using the color Home, and this is just a really dark blue, but I think this one is so pretty. So if you love that blue theme in your home, you love farmhouse, it also works obviously for the 4th of July with the red, white, and blue colors. But I just think that these turned out so cute, and this was just such a quick way to transform these galvanized stars. Next one, I'm using two of the wooden pallets from Dollar Tree, and then I'm just going to go ahead and grab some painter's tape to tape off two corners because we're going to be making some really cute flags with these. Now, I've seen very many similar items like this from Pinterest, and I just really wanted to recreate and use them. And yes, I am actually using the Couture chalk paste as a paint. I figured that I don't use blue a ton, so you know what, we're going to go ahead and use it, and you can use this as a paint, and I think that this works perfect. So if I do want to use these up, I'm definitely gonna be probably within the next couple of videos or so. So I did just paint off or tape off and paint, I'm not even sure what I'm saying right now, the corner, and I'm just doing it blue on both of these obviously, and then we're just gonna go ahead and paint the stripes when this is done. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use that red candy apple chalk paste and then just some chalk paint. I have not been able to find the Waverly white chalk paint, and to order it online, you have to spend like an X amount of dollars, which I'm not going to just buy 50 paints or spend $35 or $40, whatever I need at Walmart. So I just ended up finding some white chalk paint at Michael's. It's the Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint in white. And I did have a coupon, so it was only $7 for an 8 fluid ounce, which I do think is expensive, but it will last for some time. So if you can't find chalk paint, Michael's obviously does have chalk paint. Just remember to use those coupons. Found some ribbon at Dollar General, and the Dollar General ribbon is $2, so I guess it is still a good deal at Dollar Tree, only at $1.25, but I really liked that rustic look of it. And then I had some of this like bead garland, and I added some twine and just kind of bunched these up to make some bows. I am not a professional bow maker. I do not know how to make bows, but I think these ones turned out really cute, and I love how rustic these ended up turning out. I am going to be dry brushing. This is just the color Truffle by Waverly, and I'm just going to distress these little guys because for whatever reason I was going for that rustic 4th of July theme. Here's a quick craft that everybody can do. Grab 3 of these wooden cubes. These are from Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and paint obviously the same color. Use that candy apple chalk paste. I'm also going to be using that Home chalk paste and of course that white chalk paint. Once again, it's pretty much for every single one of these DIYs. Once those are all painted, like I said, 1 red, 1 white, and 1 blue. I also thought about maybe making even like some stripes on these or doing something fun. So really the possibilities are endless when it comes to these. I also thought about adding some of those chalk couture stencils to these and doing some of those stars and stripes, but we're just gonna go ahead and keep them pretty plain here. And then once that is done, we're gonna just go ahead and paint some wooden letters that I also picked up at Dollar Tree. I'm gonna do 2 of them white and 1 blue. And then I'm just using some hot glue to add the letters to these. And yes, this is kind of a plain craft. You could really like bouge these up a little bit, I guess, and add, you could distress these, you could add some sort of like garland, bows, whatever you'd like, but I'm just keeping this one pretty simple. Next one, I'm using 3 of these wood hanging decor pieces. These are also from Dollar Tree, of course. And then I'm just going to be cutting off the tags, and then we are going to be filling these in with some wood filler. So there is a couple little holes that did come from the twine, and of course we're just going to have to make sure that we cover those or it's going to look odd. I was starting to use a plastic knife and it just was not working out, so I just ended up using my finger for this. And then I just got this at my local hardware. You can get it at Walmart, wherever. I'm gonna go ahead and sand those holes down, and then the fun starts, honestly. I did want to make sure that these were all the same size because they were 2 different door hangers. So like the holes were on opposite sides and opposite ends and things like that. So one you could hang up and down. The other ones were like horizontal, ones were vertical, all the things. But anyways, short story long, we'll go ahead and paint these white because we don't need to talk about the holes because they're all gone. You can't even see them once the paint is on there. I'm gonna go ahead and paint all 3 of them white. Now, every single time that I do paint, I always end up blow drying everything because I do just want the paint to dry quicker, although it is not always the best thing to do with some of the Dollar Tree wood because it starts to get bowed out, especially these. So I was having the worst time trying to make these straight, so I ended up having to use all kinds of popsicle sticks on the backside so I could make a giant sign and make this actually lay flat. Now I'm just using this Chalk Couture silkscreen transfer, and yes, I'm using a lot of Chalk Couture, but I think this honestly now is the only way that I can make a good Dollar Tree craft look really, really nice. And I am using these transfers more than one time to make sure that I get my money's worth. I know a lot of people will say they're expensive and they cannot afford them, and I like to buy everything after the holiday seasons. These are new, so these I did not, but after the seasons, you can get transfers for $3 or sometimes even less. They have some really great deals when they're trying to get rid of their inventory. And they do have this every couple months where you can get just an insane amount of items for very, very inexpensive. Also, if you join the Perks membership, it's $20 a month, and then they give you a $20 credit every single month to shop on their site, and you get a 30% off discount off of everything on their site. So there's a lot of ways that you can save. But I mean, I prefer or try to at least make high quality items using Dollar Tree, and sometimes everything from the Dollar Tree is just not going to work. So I do really like using these, and I think they look amazing. So now I'm just taking off the parts right here with the blue because I know the red is going to take a little bit long, and if you do not peel these transfers off in time, the paint will just, or the paste will just start to dry, and it is going to take that paste with it instead of leave it on the surface. So that's why I did what I did, and then now I am just adding that red chalk paste. And my camera died when I was going to do the reveal, which that is always my favorite part. I decided to go ahead and distress this as well, just because, like I said, we're doing a rustic theme here, and so that is what I was going with, and I love this. I think this is one of my favorite pieces. Honestly, 4th of July, Independence Day decor, I usually don't do it. I have done it in the past, but I'm actually going to roll out 2 videos this year with 4th of July because I loved it and I loved making it so much. This stuff honestly makes me so happy. So this one, hands down, one of my favorites. This was honestly just on a whim. I had one of these nesting boxes, and I want to say this was from Target a few years ago, and I just use it I don't even know what I use this for, or if I ever actually use it, but it fit this stencil or this transfer on here perfectly. And so it's kind of just a smaller version of the flag I used, and I love this one. It does stand up the opposite way, so it does stand up vertical, but I mean, this is just like the cutest little thing. So although it is a nesting box, when you flip it over, it is just a good old sign that kind of can stand alone. Guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, I would love you to stick around and subscribe. And until then, you guys, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!